What is up, all my chosen ones? Jazz Royce back at it again, and today we are going to be talking about the overall crypto market of the entire week. All right, that's going to be Saitama, Klee, Crypto Cowboys, and yes, I was in the Telegram chat of this morning. Boost Coin, Shib, why it's down, and what to expect. Before we get started, guys, now I have finally been given the opportunity to apply for the YouTube partnership. We finally made the marks and made the requirements. So now it should be about another month or so as I do the review, set up my AdSense account, so on and so forth. So in other words, because of you guys watching, Jazz Royce Full Time is getting closer and closer, and I owe it all to you guys. So just thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing. And by the way, make sure that you smash that like button if you haven't yet. And if you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. I'm Jazz. Hey, hit that subscribe button, please, and the notification bell. Give you a sec. You got it? Right down there. You did it? All right, thank you. Okay, let's get into this, guys. First things first. Saitama, let's get into this bad boy chart. Saitama has broke into the 6 zeros about 2 nights ago to be exact. I was at work watching it and it was insane. As you can see, just like I said back then, once we were to hit that mark, there was going to be a sell-off, and there was a sell-off. But surprisingly, the sell-off was not as big as I thought it was going to be, because the lowest I've seen us pull to is within the 8s. And just a week ago, guys, the 8s was a fantastic all-time high. Now, I don't know if you guys have watched the Ghetto Boys Reloaded podcast, which is Willie D's podcast, but he just recently had Russ, the Saitama guru, aka the CEO, COO of the coin, as his guest discussing Saitama. And there were a few key points that stuck out to me. And first of all, before I even explain that, shout out to Darren R., loyal subscriber, always putting me on the plays, sending me the links to stuff as soon as it's happening. Shout out to you, man, for keeping me in the loop. So what I saw in the show was that, like, Russ was talking about, Saitama and how it came out in June. I didn't even know the coin was out in June. I never heard of the coin until July. And even when I heard of it, I didn't feel confident enough to invest until 2-3 weeks later, which was like around July 30th. But he said, if you would have put $500 into Saitama on launch around June, he said June 1st, $500. As of right now, that is worth around $10 million. So imagine a 5-month-old investment that you did $500 worth, but you never let go. You diamond-handed till the coffin. Not literally, but you know what I mean. $10 million. Insane. And Russ himself did say he can see us killing 2 zeros. Now, what he means is, like, where we are right now, we dip back into the 7-0 range, but he can see us killing 2 zeros within the near future. That would put us at the 5. Okay, now, if you factor in the burn mechanism that's been going on, that would be roughly close to a 45 to 50 billion market cap. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm doing math on the spot. Fully diluted market cap, not including the burn, that would be close to 100 billion, which was the cap of what we saw Dogecoin hit. I believe it was the cap of what we were even seeing Shiba getting towards when it was having its big run up to the top. So as you can see, guys, it is very possible in the near future. They got more tricks up their sleeves, and it's just like, it's incredible to be a part of this journey, guys. So Wolfpack, yes, we're in a red day, but it is still a victory week, okay? So keep on celebrating, guys. We're about to break to 200,000 holders. I've seen floating around that Coinbase has a requirement of 150,000 holders to get listed. If you see this number over here, guys, that looks a little more than 150,000. So could Saitama be on a Coinbase listing? If so, what type of growth are we going to see just in time for Saitama releasing? Man, let me tell you, I don't know, but I'm all for it, baby. Wolfpack to the end, I'm all for it, okay? Let's jump into, I didn't even mention Mononoke. All right, well, Mononoke, I believe they have a new exchange that is coming. I believe it's from Mononoke. And I'm not sure if it's today or tomorrow. But supposedly there's a new exchange. And also they have a new burn that's supposed to be Sunday, I believe, this weekend for a new burn because of the holder growth. We're getting close to 50K holders. So look out for that, guys. I saw somebody comment, and I'm going to address this dude right here. He said, since investing in the projects that I've been talking about on my YouTube, he's lost money. Listen, bud, I don't know about you, but if you see we are 50% down on Mononoke right now as I'm recording this, and if I pull up my wallet and look at how much I still have in Mononoke, I am still up about a 13x for my initial investment literally 3 weeks ago. If 3 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago. So listen, man, I always say when you invest in any project, do your own research and follow your instinct, especially the timing of when you invest. Because you can see a project that I talk about saying I've made this much gains 2 weeks ago, and you get in 2 weeks later. The market could be entirely different, guys. This is crypto. This is super volatile stuff. Timing is very important. You can miss a train to get in at a certain price point. Doesn't mean you missed entirely on making profits. You can still get in right now. We're at a 50% dip. You can get into Mononoke right now, not financial advice, and give it till like spring of next year, and I guarantee you're going to see some really good profits from wherever you buy at right now. Look at that. Did it just jump up 20% in front of me on the screen? You guys saw that, right? It went from 50 to now we're only down by 30. Come on, guys. I don't just talk just because I like how my voice sounds. Well, all right, so maybe a little bit, but it's mainly to put you guys on these plays too, man. Now, the next one. A lot of people have been talking about Shiba. What in the world made Shiba drop so hard? What made Shiba drop so hard? If we look at it in the overview, we are down into the 5s. We're still up in the 4 zeros, guys. So for people that were buying Shiba back, when I was buying, we were buying in the early 5 zeros range, like early to mid 5 zeros. We're still at least 8 to 10x our initial investment. I actually finally took out my initial investment actually right around the time we reached to that number 9. But then I saw a slight pullback. I'm like, you know what? It might go down from here. Let me just take my initial out just to make sure I got no risk in the markets anymore. I've held this since May, and sure enough, we went back down. Now, obviously, guys, does this mean Shiba's a pump and dump? Listen, if you ask my honest opinion on Shiba coin, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe this coin is entering into the mainstream, if not already a mainstream coin. It is not a meme token. This tag memes, they got to take that out because this is number on a down day. We are number 11 in the world. And if you look up on the top left corner right here, how much cryptos are there? It says there are 13,606 cryptocurrencies out there right now. And out of all of that, Shiba Inu is at rank 11. Okay, and we are still sitting at a good 30 billion market cap. Impressive. If this is what a down day looks like for Shiba, that means the future is very promising because listen, guys, I remember when we had down days, it was 5 zeros in the number 5, not 4 zeros. And it was like that for a good 2 to 3 months. So it's still not a boat I think you want to miss. If you did miss out on the FOMO, this is your time to get in. If you missed out on buying Shiba, this is your time to get in. Even though I took some profits, I'm still sitting on over 100 million tokens. Still sitting on over 100 milli. You know what I mean? Because I got high hopes for this. Even if it makes me 6 figures and I could flip some of that into like Saitama, put some into maybe Klee, who knows? We'll see. But as of right now, I'm going to be holding. I believe we can not only get into the 4 zeros, but even start knocking on the door of the 3 zeros. I'm not saying by next week, but I'm saying within the coming months, I can see that happening. I can see it happening. Only time will tell, right? All we can do is just speculate. We don't know the exact truth of where things are going to go. Up next, we're going to go into Klee. Klee. Now, I am very grateful that this is a project that I listened to you guys on and decided not to sell my position because I really wanted to sell, and I'm glad I didn't because I only bought Klee for $115, and even though we're on a negative day, I'm still at 400, so I'm still up in profits on Klee. And not to mention, Klee's reflections have been amazing to me, man, because if you don't know, I only bought 492 billion of Klee Kai. But just because of the reflections for the last month, it's been about 4 weeks now that I've been holding Klee. Throughout those 4 weeks of only holding, have not bought any more Klee, I have been paid about almost 20 billion tokens just off reflections. I'm around 511 billion just off reflections. So that is incredible. And I saw that Klee has now signed Mr. Diamond Hands onto their team for marketing. If you don't know Mr. Diamond Hands from the Jake Gagan show, he's a guest pretty much on all the shows. Now, I used to spend my late nights, man, coming in from work, just watching Jake, Diamond Hands, and Michael Thompson just talking. Just something about Diamond Hands, man. His enthusiasm, and you hear it in his voice of how he discusses the projects that he's in. It's just phenomenal to see that Klee has decided to make that business move and recruit him on board to the team. I have no doubt that Klee is bound to blow. And I'm saying this as we're staring at a screen with a $77 million market cap. Keep in mind, guys, Klee Kai does have the same max supply as Saitama. Okay? So, if Saitama is up in the billions, there's no doubt that I could see Klee following in those footsteps. There's no doubt. Especially if what we see them do with the final product of Klee Run. And I'm sure after Klee Run, there's going to be more utilities. Even if there are, and I just don't know about them yet, I believe that a game like Klee Run is just to lure people in. Once they have the amount of masses that they want, then they can probably start rolling out the big guns. And so I'm all on board with Klee, guys. I'm very positive about it. You know me, 1 month, 3 month, 1 year chart guy. Yes, we went down from our all-time high, but we are still up from, and I know a lot of you guys are still up from the initial investment. And even if it was to go even lower and I'm only breaking even, why am I going to sell? Why am I going to sell? If I saw how high this project can go, why am I not going to be patient and wait for it to get back to that high or even get a lot higher? Okay? Because a simple 10x, guys, will easily put that $400 I'm sitting on right now at $4,000. And if I'm only holding 400, for you guys that are holding a couple grand of Klee, you'll be up in the tens of thousands of dollars just for another zero being burnt. So let's keep on the lookout for that, guys. Let's not lose hope in that at all. I'm not losing hope in it. Next one, Boost Coin. I am in Boost Coin, baby. I am in Boost Coin, holding strong. We have dropped to 17 cents. And in fact, this is incredible because this is like the new floor pretty much. And I remember when Boost Coin's floor was at 3 to 5 cents. So only a few months old of a project, guys. The Boost DeFi app is officially out. You can download it on Apple and Android. And there are still sections in the app that they're going to be rolling out in sequence. So keep a lookout for that, guys. Boost is on the move. Not yet physically, but trust me, they're going to be on the move. Now, what I didn't touch back with Shiba is that one of the reasons as to why Shiba is dropping, and it's a speculation, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the whale manipulation. And the fact that Shiba's gotten to the point now that whales can manipulate how the market moves, so bigger investors could jump in at a low price and drive that bad boy up, just explains the point that I was saying about Shiba really becoming that mainstream coin. And I would not be surprised if some of these other coins down the road start getting to that point. But fear not, for all us early investors, by the time any of these coins get to that mainstream bracket, we're going to be sitting on so much profits, we won't even care at that point of how the market moves, being honest. Now, the one that's not on this list yet because it's not out yet, the Crypto Cowboys. There was a lot of mixed reviews on Crypto Cowboys. In fact, if you were in their Telegram chat this morning, there was a big back and forth going on because they realized that the dev team has actually filled up their wallets with a couple quadrillion tokens per person without publicly disclaiming that towards other people. And a lot of people were turned off by it. Now, since then, I've stuck around. It was a whole hour plus long in the Telegram chat. And I myself, and Seda Britt was there. And I saw, shout out, Brenda Wolf was there. And a lot of people were just listening and hearing the back and forth until we finally came to a resolution that these guys are actually going to have a limit Okay, because everyone was scared of getting dumped on. Like, why is the dev team holding quadrillions of tokens and we can only buy X amount before even launch day? Well, they resolved that. They have come to an agreement that they're going to do a limit. I believe it's about 250 trillion. Now, there's a lot more to it than what I just said. Is that if I was to go into it, that'd be a whole nother video. And if you want to know more details, guys, I believe him and Seda Burt should be doing a live AMA. So you want to go follow their pages too to find out the inside scoop on what I just broke down with Crypto Cowboys. As for my opinion, and I saw comments coming to me about what do I think, is this going to be a rug pull? Why are they holding so much? And I was talking about it with my inner circle of friends. And we're game. I'm being real with you. We are game. We are game. You know? And there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to still feel negative and bitter about it and not want to invest. And some will be like, you know, maybe I'll invest a little bit because I'm still a little uncertain of what's going to happen. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. No matter what answer you choose to do with Crypto Cowboys, there's no wrong answer. You know, I'm not going to be here telling you guys to buy something just because I'm buying it. I'm not that person. I'm going to be here to tell you guys, trust your gut and what you're buying and do your research. Because you can win. And if you win, credit goes to you. But if you lose, you got to take accountability as well. You know, don't be coming back on the channel saying, because of you, I lost money. Nah, I'm not a financial advisor. And this is not financial advice, okay? I'm just saying the plays that I'm getting in on and the plays that my friends are getting in on. So if you hear us in a couple weeks talking about we just made these killer profits, yo, I just turned in my 2 weeks, at least you know why. You know I'm not BSing you guys. I'm telling you the plain, flat out truth. Okay, and to be honest, and it sounds a little insane for me to say this, but I'm kind of happy that there was a good amount of people turned off by investing into the project as soon as it launches, because that gives people like me and the other early investors even more space and more room to breathe and really rack up our coins. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to sit on the sidelines, see what happens the first couple of days of Cowboys launching, maybe a couple of weeks. Maybe they'll jump in on launch day and put like a little bit of an amount, which is nothing wrong with that. Put a little bit that you're safe with losing if you feel that way. And then as you see that the confidence in the project starts to grow, you just simply dollar cost average your position in. There's still nothing wrong with that, because let's be real, guys. This is a project that's going to be brand spanking new. Whether you get in on launch day, whether you get in a month later, I guarantee there is still more than enough gains to go around for everybody. It's just a matter of how much gains do you want and how quick do you want to get them. Now, this is not a get rich quick. None of these cryptos are. But the earlier, the better. Also, the earlier, the riskier. That's how the world's set up, guys. Big money opportunities don't come for nobody who plays it safe. Not just in cryptos, but that's when you start a business. That's when you do anything involving big money as a return is going to require some risk. So assess your risk. Do your research. Go off of how you feel. Go off of what your gut tells you. My gut is telling me to still invest. My friends, they're on board still to invest. That's what we're doing. You guys make your own decision on that, okay? No one's going to force you. I'm still going to be talking about all the other tokens I'm invested in. It's not the end of the world if you don't want to buy in or you don't want to. It's your choice. There's still Saitama, Mononoke, Klee, Shib, and I guarantee a couple months down the road, there's going to be newer tokens to be discussing. All right? So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Jazz Royce, and I will once again catch you guys, and I know I'll catch you guys at the top.